We are now being joined by our global affairs analyst based in the United Kingdom. It's been Festus Tokumbo to look at this. A very good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I believe you had a good day today.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so now dive straight into the business of the day. Now, looking at what happened, the visit of the Chinese financial minister, coming to Nigeria to make, have a bilateral trade with Nigeria regarding the Panda bonds and also having this bilateral trade. First, what is your take to this?
Thank you. The currency swap between Nigeria and China, however the Panda bond, is a welcome development. In the past 1 year that I've appeared on your platform and many of my publications,
yes,
I've suggested that Nigeria must dollarize the economy to address its currency failure and address the monetary poverty. I've also suggested that we must shift our international loans regime from just the IMF and World Bank and consider other options with less conditionalities. In the past 1 year, the President Tinubu administrations has focused on borrowing from just the IMF and the World Banks. Most of the reforms that have been implemented were actually recommended by those institutions. And the outcome of those reforms are not what they have expected. For example, where they are floating the Nigerian currency, they were proposing that the naira, which was 422 to a dollar, will end up in 750. Today, it is about 1,700 naira. The inflation rate, that was 22.5%. When at the beginning of the personal administration, is about 37.6% today. Many Nigerians are now encouraging monetary poverty down in the past 1 year. I think the currency swap between China and Nigeria is a foreign policy shift of the President Tinubu administration. It's a welcome development because you see, the leading cause of poverty in the world is dollarization. And if you examine many countries that are the fastest growing countries in the world today, like Singapore, China, Brazil, even Saudi Arabia, those countries are actually dollarizing their economy. They were all setting their debt with China in its currency or any other top trading partners. Those countries were bonding in their local currency. So, the currency swap is a welcome development. If you examine the Nigerian trade relationship with China in terms of exportation, it's about 37%. China is our top trading partner in terms of exportation. If we can be settling those trade relationships in the Chinese year, that will reduce the demand for the US dollar, that will strengthen our currency and can address the monetary poverty in the country. Most of the problems we face today, there are structural problems. The currency failures, the internal insecurity, the food insecurity, the food poverty, they are all structural problems that demand young and vibrant politicians that understood global discourse. So I think the president on the right path, and coupled with the fact that I think the National Assembly is just proposing a bill to ban the use of US dollar as a means of trade and businesses within Nigeria. These are welcome developments. I think, it's a welcome development to bring about positive results to the Nigerian economy and improve the monetary poverty index in the country.
You've said quite a lot, mentioning that it's actually a welcome development for the Nigerian people. I've meaning to say, yes, we know we'll be getting loans, like you mentioned, IMF loans, the Paris club loans and the likes, and now we're coming down to the Chinese loan. Now, how would we see this impacting this loan actually impacting we Nigerians? Because now people are having these issues or these sayings that Nigeria does getting loans upon loans upon loans, and you are not really seeing the impact of these loans to Nigerians as a whole. So do you see a difference in this? Do you see this Chinese loan being granted us, being given to us as beneficial for us or impactful to we Nigerians?
Of course, when you compare the Chinese loan to the US loan, in the
Yes.
past 10 years. Because you will see that most of the Chinese loans, for example, most of the capital projects in Nigeria
Okay.
are being executed with the Chinese loan. The train project that link the major cities in Nigeria between the western and northern Nigeria, the deep sea port in Lekki, almost all the airports that are being built are being financed by the Chinese loan. I mean, those are capital projects that will improve the internal generated revenue within the country compared to the US loan that is being spent basically on the current expenditure. These are not sustainable. And
Okay.
another condition is that the Chinese loans are not conditioned on market fundamentalism. And the Chinese loan, when you consider the Nigerian currency with the Chinese currency, it's a very sustainable value compared to the US dollar. So in many ramifications, the Chinese loan is more sustainable to the Nigerian economy than the American, like the Western loan, because they are being used to finance capital projects compared to those that are being spent on the current expenditure that end up in Western country through illicit flow of capitals from within the country.
Okay.
From the country.
Lastly, now, do you not think now? Fine, yes, you already said it's going to be beneficial. Well, let's note now, very briefly, on a few seconds. Now, do you think Nigeria now themselves will be able, especially the government, definitely, do you think they'll be able to use this loan that gotten to to benefit Nigerians? Because to me, I see maybe they might want to use it for different things, but I don't know. As as an analyst, I don't know if you tell me your own side. Do you see Nigerian leaders actually using these loans, to benefit Nigerians?
Based on what has happened in the past 2 years, when they look at it, the deep seaport in Lekki, they took that loan for the seaport, and so it was, I think it was Minister of Transportation, Amechi, that took that loan from China. And you can see this deep seaport. It's one of the largest seaports in West Africa. Many of the liberal countries import through the seaport. And look at the train system. The train system that connected the major cities in Nigeria are being financed with the Chinese loan. So in many instances, when China is providing you with a loan, they come with the technicality, the engineers to build to ensure that those projects are constructed, and that is what China has been doing in many of the African countries compared to the US or the IMF or World Bank. That in many instances they took the loan end up being in the pocket of the politicians. That at the end of the day, it is the country that bear the consequence, because it's Commonwealth. So in many instances, in many ramifications, the Chinese loan is more sustainable than the American loan.
Thank you. Mr. Felix, I would have loved us to continue, but due to our time, our time to go on air is already elapsed. Actually, we've elapsed our time. So I want to thank you for the few moments you've been able to use to elaborate on this. These bilateral relations between Nigeria and China in terms of this currency swap and also the Panda bond. Thank you very much for joining us on the news tonight.
Thank you.
Hello. Hope you enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the notification button so you get notified about fresh news updates.